What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to me showcasing a Shadow Ninetales team in the Go Battle League, but not just any Ninetales. I think everyone is so sick of Kanto Ninetales at this point. Might as well go back to the Alolan variant, which I think is still pretty good as well in this meta. Now, while you are weak to opposing Fire-type Pokemon, this thing with Chilling Water has at least some coverage against the Fire types, and because Ice is such a disrespected typing right now in the meta, I feel like it is a great core breaker, and it has great neutral play just in general in the meta. I'm going to pair it with Licky Licky as well as Shadow Quagsire, and I'm excited to see this team in action. But real quick, before we get to the battles, I want to ask if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But let's get to the battles and see what this team can do. Alright, we got Ninetales into... Oh, there we go, a Fearow lead. You know, a lot of these Fearows I see really disrespecting Ice. I would love it if that were the case this time. Oh, it's a... I maybe with low kick, actually. Well, that's interesting. I don't really have an answer to this. But what I do have is a second answer to Licky Licky, so I might as well just stay in here, right? I can outpace this thanks to the fact I'm up a little bit of energy. And getting rid of this Pokemon should be pretty good for us later on this game. Alright, go for the CMP here. Wow, actually we don't. They haven't thrown yet. What are they doing? You know, they have to double shield now. And I don't know if that's that good for them. You know, it's probably worth it just to double shield myself, right? I'll have to end up taking some extra low kick damage, but because I'm able to just get my next move off in just a second, like, it's not that great for them. They could maybe catch this move, I guess. That would be a little bit annoying. But if they do, what would they catch on? That's what I want to know. Okay, yeah, I guess they catch on that. Fearow is not going to want to take a Weather Ball, not going to lie. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to undercharge this quite a bit, actually. That way I can get a little bit more energy here, and some energy on my Licky Licky. That way I can Shadow Ball the Annihilate if it comes back in. And then, what is that Annihilate supposed to do? Hopefully nothing. Hopefully it's just going to lose. But I guess we'll find out what the final Pokemon's going to be here. Drill Peck, that's going to put us down about half HP. Now Annihilate is still around. They're at a Rage Fist after one more low kick. Ooh, okay. You know, this is actually a little bit more awkward than I'd like it to be. It's not bad necessarily, but it's like, they could dance around us maybe a little bit here. Because the Annihilate does have the energy loaded on it, and Shadow Ball doesn't do that much here, unfortunately. I think I always want to bank up some energy just so I can always have it in case Annihilate does come in. They're at 10 right now, so one away from 100 energy. They have to throw soon. They're probably going to go for one more Poison Sting before doing anything. Yeah, okay. They're at 11. They have to go for a Stone Edge or a Sludge Bomb to knock us out. Let's see what they throw. They do Stone Edge, okay. And now we bring in Quagsire here. And that should just be a Rage Fist, right? I do believe that's the case. Unless this is a close combat, in which case that is annoying. Yeah, just a Rage Fist. We'll switch out. And we should be fine. We have a Chilling Water, which I guess we'll throw just to... I guess we won't throw it. They don't let us. GG's. Alright, next game. We'll see Ninetales into Shadow Alt. Okay, another pretty good lead here. I do have to keep in mind... They likely have some Steel types in the backline, though, so we'll see what they bring in. Oh, not even a Steel type. They bring in a Ninetales. Non-Shadow, actually. Kind of interesting. Now, I could have brought in Quagsire here, but I think, as we all know, they have access to Energy Ball this season, so I don't really want to let that one-shot us. I'll bring in my Licky Licky, and worst-case scenario here, Quagsire can Stone Edge the Altaria if I lose Switch. We get a shield with a Body Slam. That's really awesome. They're at 11 right now, so well, actually, they're at 100 energy, so... one away from 2 more Weather Balls. Or, wow, the Energy Ball. Interesting. I guess I'll let this go. They should be at 7 right now, so 1 away from back-to-back Weather Balls from here. Which means, I guess, I will have to throw in bad timing to guarantee that I get this move off before they get there next. So they should be at 4 right now. And as I was saying, Quagsire's not unplayable. Whoa, what? Okay. Well, Quagsire's not unplayable still. Dude, it's gotta be Empoleon in the back, right? Like, no way it's not at this point. But, I mean, I'll just bring in Quagsire here anyway. Because, like, I think Quagsire's good enough at this point to really put the pressure on him. But I guess we'll see. You know, maybe it's not. They probably bait us here. They don't? Okay. That means I can overfarm a little bit. And now if Altaria comes in, Stone Edge is going to hurt so much. And if it is the Empoleon in the backline, this could still be a little bit scary. But I think it's in a much more playable spot now. Alright, Stone Edge. as quick as I can. We want to get as much damage here as we can against them. Although we do have to keep in mind, it's not going to one-shot. We'll swap out here. They do as well. It is Empoleon. Shadow Empoleon at that. Ooh, you know, that could be a little bit scary, actually. I was thinking regular Empoleon couldn't farm us down. At least not before I get to 2 Chilling Waters, but Shadow might be able to. Uh-oh. It looks like it can, in fact, farm us all the way down. This might end up being a loss, actually. No, you know, I should have fought for a switch here. I really should have. But it's not like Quagsire is even the best counter to Shadow Empoleon in the game. Like, it's not bad, but without Mud Bomb, it's not the best answer. Dang it, man. I was even saying it could be Empoleon the whole game. If I got that second Chilling Water, I could survive one of these attacks here pretty easily. Whoa, what? Did they think, like, they could clear the debuff? I think that's what they were thinking. They wanted to swap out and clear the Hydro Cannon debuff? But the switch clock wasn't up yet. I don't think they had to do that. Alright, next battle. We'll see Ninetales into Florges. Okay. You know, I don't hate this, actually. It doesn't have any way of really doing a ton of damage to us here. And if they go for a move instantly, I know it's just a Chilling Water, so it's really not going to do anything at all. Yeah, I mean, I can survive this. We outpace here to the second attack. And even though I'm debuffed now, I think we still pretty easily two-shot. Alright. They do go for the Chilling Water. We have the Weather Ball. Wonder what's going to be in the back line here. Yeah, that's a pretty easy two-shot. Okay, well, I try to see if they're catching, and I fail. It's fine. We didn't want to have this Weather Ball anyway. I really don't like that on this old system. Calling catches is such a hard thing to do. It's another non-Shadow Ninetales, which is kind of interesting. Alright, they're going to go for probably a Weather Ball here, but they might Energy Ball again like the last one did. No, it is Weather Ball. Dream. So they're just about at their next one. And that Florges is one away from another attack here. We'll see what they do. They do let that go. Okay. 5, so they're at an Energy Ball now. See if they throw it. Another Weather Ball. Dude, another Shadow Empoleon. Okay, well, I guess I'm glad that I have my Quagsire in the backline here, but I'm kind of surprised to see a second one. They have to shield this up. But my Quagsire, again, doesn't have Mud Bomb, so that's a little bit scary. I have to go down shields here. Okay. They're at the move right now, the back-to-back, actually, which I don't love. And they throw immediately. That's a smart play, especially if their switch clock is just about up, which is going to be close. We'll go for the Aqua Tail immediately. I gotta make sure they don't, like, swap into Florges here. If they do, that is really bad. So if they do, I'm just gonna go instantly for the Aqua Tail to try to desync my switch clock, or, like, sync it back up so I can switch back into Ninetales. They're at 4 right now. Can I switch? I can. Nice. Okay, we catch the move. That's helpful. That is very helpful. We'll see if we get an undercharge from them here. They probably go for the Trailblaze. They do Trailblaze. They do undercharge. So they're playing this very well right now. I have to hope that Licky Licky can survive the Fairy Winds. But it cannot. They have another Trailblaze. And we lose. Alright, nice catch by them. I hate that I can't call catches on this old system. Alright, next opponent. Ninetales into Cradilly. Dude, who uses Cradilly? Anyway, that's not a bad lead, because I have my Ice-type damage here, but I think they would win the Zero Shield matchup, because they are pretty bulky themselves. They could survive one attack. And if they're staying in here, I would imagine that means that they're pretty weak to Ice-type damage. They haven't even thrown energy yet. What are they doing? They're in 9, so they have access to a Rock Tomb. They're 4 away from back-to-back. Okay. Guess we'll match shields here. Acid is doing a lot of damage to us, so it's kind of crazy how non-stab Acid is doing just about as much as stab Powder Snows are doing, but I do outpace them here. Okay. Big Weather Ball. If we get his shield here, I wonder what I should do, because I am a debuffed Ninetales. It might not be worth it to shield a second time, and they're going to be forced to throw energy right about now. I can just let this go, potentially. farm up with my Quagsire, and knock him out with an Aqua Tail. That way... Oh, like Grass Knot. Interesting. I guess just in case I catch. Yeah, I don't hate this overfarm here. Gotta move now. Actually go for a catch on a Seeking. Good play by them. But Seeking is not the best answer in the game to Quagsire. In fact, I should be able to go for a Stone Edge here in just a second against them. So that's going to force energy out of them basically immediately. They're at 5 right now, so that is a Drill Run. I can just build back up to an Aqua Tail here, though. And I would need 2 attacks anyway to knock this out, so I'm pretty fine with how this is going. That does nothing. Wow. All right, we're at 100 energy here. Stone Edge should be enough. If for some reason, though, it's not, we can swap into Licky Licky and just bank even more energy here. Let's see, Stone Edge does, in fact, get the knockout. Love to see that. If Cradilly comes in, we go for the Aqua Tail. Anything else, we'll play it by ear. They are thinking. What are they thinking about? I don't know. It's kind of freaky. Oh, wow. That is a very respectable team by them. What the heck? Gastro, Cradilly, Seeking, for some reason, is the third. I do have back-to-back Aqua Tails here, though. I'll just throw them both. And now all I need is 2 attacks on my Licky Licky, and we should be fine. But they do have energy on that Cradilly still, so keep that in mind. Yeah, they're basically in Body Slam range here now. 5. Earth Power probably does more damage than a Grass Knot or a Rock Tomb, so I will shield this up. Hopefully no defense drop here. Of course they get it. Not exactly what I wanted to see, but I think we're still fine, because we don't get one shot even still by this attack. And they gave us a full sneak. I'll go for one more rollout into the Shadow Ball, and then we can just outpace the Gastrodon, go for a Shadow Ball against them, and that should be enough. But my attack and my defense have been lowered, so Licky Licky here is kind of feeling the pain. Shadow Ball gets the knockout. Gastro should be 4 away from any sort of move here, so we can just go for the Shadow Ball, get the win, and we'll take it, dude. What a team. Cradilly Gastro in this day and age is insane to me. But luckily, Ninetales in the lead was able to set us up, so we will definitely take that. All right, Ninetales into Togekiss. Beautiful lead. Ninetales picking up a lot of good matchups right now. We'll see if the backline is weak to us as well. Well, yeah, kind of, I'd say. That is not an answer. So we'll just go for the classic Weather Ball, and we'll see how they play it out. Likely we get a shield here. Oh, we don't. Okay. I mean, don't I just shield once and farm down? I feel like that's the most consistent way of dealing with this right now, because I don't have much more fast move pressure in the backline. I think they'd get to 2 attacks if I didn't do this. They have superpowers, so yeah, they're going to easily get farmed down here. I have a lot of energy. I have a Chilling Water if I need to throw that. And if they come in with like a Ninetales of their own, like the Fire Ninetales, I can just bring in Licky Licky probably. I guess we'll see what they do. Whoa. Okay, so I guess Ninetales has a lot of work to do this game. We see a Pangoro come in. But I do have a lot of energy here still. Five, 6. Okay. I don't think I'm in close combat, or rather Night Slash range, so we force a close combat out of them. Get a shield. 9. All right, I think I have to let this go. No real way around that. That does knock us out there at 5. Dude! No! 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 Of course they get the boost. Of course they get the boost. That could cost us a little bit, actually. Not gonna lie, that's not as ideal. But they do close combat us here. So I guess that's something. Of course they do. Why do they have to get the boost? I'll go double Body Slam here. I think that's the play. We have a lot of energy left over on Quagsire. So as long as we get to 2 Body Slams, or just roll out them into a range where Aqua Tail's enough, which at this point that should be the case now, then we should be able to win this one. Aqua Tail should knock out the Pangoro from the range they're at. Although, you know, if it doesn't, that's not great. I was almost wondering if they'd, like, intentionally let Togekiss go down here, just to swap back into Pangoro and get a bigger farm down against us, but no, they don't opt to do that. Okay. We have a lot of energy here. We're actually at back-to-back Aqua Tails already, so as long as an Aqua Tail knocks out the Pangoro, we should be good. I'm still outside of range where I get knocked out by a Night Slash, and I think they're like one more away after this karate chop that's coming through from the next close combat, so I guess we'll see, right? Aqua Tail gets a knockout. The boost doesn't matter. We'll take it, dude. We will take that every single day. Man, I have the worst luck against Pangoros, though. Although, I mean, I did kind of just, like, completely core break them with a Ninetales lead. And a 4-1 with a Galarian Moltres. Or not Galarian, that'd be crazy. A Cantonian Moltres. Definitely take that. Not too bad. Alright, next opponent. Ninetales into Shadow's Vilas. Okay, a lot of things weak to Ice today, I'm noticing. Glad I'm leading an Ice type. But we'll see what they have in the backline. Likely a Ninetales somewhere. What is this? Okay, Fortress. You might think that I don't have a great answer to this. Well, you'd be wrong. I do have my Quagsire, but I also just kind of want to do this first. I'm going to go for the Chilling Water, because this not only debuffs our attack stat, but it does quite a bit of chip damage, and makes it really easy to deal with now in the backline. I'm going to go for my Quagsire now. They can stand to me all they want. It's not going to do anything to us. And now I can build up a lot of energy here for when that Xylis comes back in. Oh, or they can Earthquake. You know, that's also very fine, because, I mean, Earthquake takes so much energy, and that was all of the energy that they had. Interesting moveset, though. Kind of respect it. So it's a Shadow's Vilas lead, Fortress in the backline. They're safe swapping a Fortress. That's crazy in this Ninetales meta. Like, in the Fire Ninetales meta, I should say. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, Doublade. What? Interesting. I kind of wish I didn't Stone Edge now. Wasn't expecting a Doublade to come in. But that should still be fine, right? Probably. That was a nice catch, actually, though. We'll see how this plays out. They're back-to-back moves right now, but the thing is, I don't think I get two-shot quite by Sacred Sword. So Licky Licky should still be pretty good just to get both shields down. Yeah. So I just let this go. I go for 2 Shadow Balls, and then I think Ninetales probably just closes it up. Dude, okay, they are trying everything to win this game, and honestly, I am kind of scared. We'll go for the Shadow Ball, because, I mean, we're locked into it at this point. But now we'll try to farm this down. Okay, well, we always shield that. They ended up throwing on alignment here, so I got a full sneak through. I have a lot of energy here now. And I don't think it really matters to go for, like, debuffs into them. I think more so it's just more important to get all the shields down that I can. So we'll just go straight Weather Ball. Interesting team. We'll see if they can pull this one out. They have to go for a Gyro Ball here to knock us out from this range, but I don't think I want to risk it. I'll shield this up. They do Sacred Sword, so I could have risked that a little bit. And I mean, I have a Body Slam loaded on Licky Licky, but I'm 1 away from a Shadow Ball. Nice, but we have it here. They're not quite at the Sacred Sword. They actually made that one pretty close with how good that was looking in the lead, just because, honestly, Double Aid in the backline, it does have a lot of coverage into me. Oh, they top-lefted, but we'll take it. Oh, Mason, what's he running these days? Ninetales into Galarian Corsola. Okay. I don't necessarily love this just because I have a Licky Licky in the backline, and Licky Licky would so much rather be here than where it's likely going to be against. Like, I'm almost certain the final Pokemon or, like, something in the backline is going to be really bad for it. They're at 5 right now. So they have a Power Gem potentially. I'll go for the catch attempt here, but I don't get it. But at least... Okay, I mean... this could be... I don't know, is this fine? Ooh. CMP. Could have gone for a sneak there. It's only a Swift, I know that much. But I also know that Corsola does have a lot of energy on it. If I get his shield here, I'm pretty happy. If he no-shields this, which he might, then that's a little bit scary. Nice no-shield. I guess I just have to throw this now and hope for a shield. But that was such a nice no-shield by him. See if it costs us. Probably is not going to help us, I'll be honest. Nice shields that one. He's too good. He's calling my moves. Not that it really matters much here. Like, 1 Weather Ball would knock him out anyway from this range. But it also still does matter quite a bit at the same time. I have to shield up a Surf now, and I can't farm down. Whoa. Okay. I mean, I think I'm pretty fine with this. he should be still, like, one away from the next move here, especially a Nightshade. And we get a catch. Although, maybe he went for a Power Gem, but I think that might have just been on a Nightshade. We'll see what's going to happen. Yeah, Nightshade, okay. So I have a lot of energy in the back line. I might just commit to a rollout down if, like, I can get it, which, honestly, I don't think I can. 5. I mean, rollout's not that good of a move. Like, it's not a bad move, but it's not a fast move pressure attack. And it's also against a Corsola from a Licky Licky of all things. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit sad. I have to throw a Shadow Ball here. Might as well not take any unnecessary damage. And we'll see what the final Pokemon's going to be this game. There's still that Kingdra, pretty healthy, left over. Ooh. I don't like that. I don't know if I can win this one. We'll try, though. 5. If I land my next Weather Ball here, that would be very nice. Is he on, Stone Edge, though? Is that a CMP? If so, there might still be a small chance for us, but there is still that Kingdra around, and this doesn't knock him out, I don't think. No, it doesn't. So, yeah, this is going to be so weird. He might just swap into Kingdra right now, even. He does knock us out. Okay. Oh, he just goes for it? I thought he was going to catch on Kingdra. That's a smart play, too. I thought he was going to try to catch a Body Slam on Kingdra there. That's on me. I think I just had to hope at that point that either I made the call right or that I sniped down the Licky Licky and can outpace the Kingdra, but that's unfortunate. All right, Ninetales into Florges again. Okay, last Florges lead, we were embarrassed a little bit by getting caught on. Hopefully we don't let that happen again. We'll see what they do, though. Okay, this one's over-farming a little bit. I could have got a move off before a debuff, which is a little bit annoying, but that's only 6. It's not even a Moonblast of energy, so I'm not going to shield this up. 7. So they're at 2 right now after that Chilling Water. They're 3 away from their next attack here. So again, I could go for the move right before they get their next one. Okay, and we actually do this time. So they're at 5, which means that they have the next Chilling Water or a Trailblaze if they want to throw that instead. Weather Ball gets a knockout. Okay, what's going to come in here? Okay, I don't want to give a farm down over, not like that. But maybe I should have. There's a Kingdra in the back line, which is not a great Pokemon to see. I'm just going to full send a Stone Edge here. I think at this point, getting shields down is the #1 priority. Whether or not I actually land a Stone Edge here is, like, not as important as just guaranteeing that we get his shield from them. And we do get the shield there. I might still survive a Surf from this range, barely. If so, that would force a second attack out of him, and that would not be bad for us, necessarily. They do Surf. We have the Stone Edge. So we do force that second move. Okay. I should be able to bring in my Ninetales now, and hopefully be in a pretty good spot. I don't think I can shield this now. I have to rely on Licky Licky closing out this game, and it will be a little bit dicey. But I need to build up a lot of energy here to do it. They're going to go for a Surf here to put me into Hydro Cannon range. Now we just have to hope for the best. Oh, they Swift us? Okay. Okay. Interesting. They swap in when I'm almost at 100 energy, maybe trying to catch a Body Slam. They do shield that. This game's going to get so down to the wire. They have energy still on that Kingdra, and these Metal Sounds might put me into range, or I just get knocked out by a Swift. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to lose this one, because I didn't get the first Shadow Ball. I can't bait him, right? Okay, we go for the instant Body Slam, trying to snipe him down here. If this does knock out, or just prevent a Swift from coming out against me, then I might still have a chance here. I still need to get to the Shadow Ball, which he needs to be completely dry for me to do. One off. One off. If I got a bait off against him, we could have won this game. Man, Empoleon in the backline, a little bit of a core breaker for our team. Yeah, that was well played by them. All right, Ninetales into Goodra. There we go. We're back to the good leads. This is what Ninetales likes to see. And we'll see if they bring in something here, or if they stay in for a second. They do stay in, which is odd. I didn't really know what to bring in here for a minute, but they do get a bit of an energy lead against us. They're at 5. I'll shield up the first here, because I know an Ice Punch doesn't knock us out, but it does put us down pretty low. 3. And I wouldn't mind keeping Switch if I could. We get a shield? Okay. 4, 5. Wait, 5? I think they're at 5 now? I'm going to shield this up. I want to get either both shields down, or maybe just knock this out, depending on what they shield. All right, they should be at 2 right now, so 3 away from the next, if my counts are right. But that was a weird visual that we saw earlier. They do let that go. I'm going to go for the farm down. Nice. Goodra's going to come in here for sure. And while it can get a lot of energy, Stone Edge is going to hurt them quite a bit as well. So if they no-shield this, they might just be in Aqua Tail range. And at that point, Goodra's not going to get much done. If it's like an Empoleon in the backline again, though, like a double steel team, which very much could be the case, we could be in an annoying spot. But it could also be just like a Ninetales in the backline. I've seen that before, too. Or I've even seen people just really disrespect Ice. It could be something weak to Ice as well. Oh, what is this? Okay. Well, that's just weak to Licky Licky straight up. We have Rollout, which does way too much damage here. And they have to Brave Bird us, maybe to knock us out here. We'll see if they even have it. We get the shield. I think we're fine, no matter what right now. Now I go for the Shadow Ball. Yeah. Okay, GG's. That was an odd team. All right, next opponent. Ninetales into Mantine. I wonder how this matchup plays out. I bet it's pretty good, but the lower shielding scenarios are probably still fine for Mantine, because Water Pulse would hurt quite a bit. 7. I'm going to shield this. I think I have to. Just to make sure that they can't get a whole bunch of use out of this Pokemon. We are Powder Snowing them into a range where potentially I could knock them out just with a Stone Edge, even. Especially after this Weather Ball, it would be enough. They're at 4, so they have 2 more until their next Water Pulse. And looks like we do 2-shot here. Whoa. Not a Pokemon I thought was about to get brought into me. Umbreon gets brought into the Ninetales. I mean, I should be in a really good spot here now, right? Especially after that debuff. I just survive a last resort. I'm almost, like, tempted to swap into Licky Licky even, but I don't know if that's a good idea. Honestly, I'm going to. We'll go for a catch and a sneak. So this debuffed Umbreon is either going to have to just build up a lot of energy and let me build up a lot, or just throw really inefficient, low-damaging debuffed attacks into us. And I'm fine with that. Okay, looks like they are just going to try to switch out after getting to 100 energy here. Whoa, what is this team? Marowak in the back? Okay. Well, Licky Licky up like 100 energy. Believe it or not the worst matchup here. We get a shield on that. We have another Shadow Ball ready to go. And we're also well outside of range where a Bone Club would knock us out. So I think we're fine. I think we're in a really good spot. Yeah, the next Shadow Ball basically knocks out. Do I just save the energy here and come in Quagsire? I think I do. Alright. We survived this once again. I am getting low on HP, but I don't think that really matters too much. Not at this point. We'll go for the Aqua Tail now. Either gets a shield or a knockout. I'm just one more fast move away from my next attack here. Mantine does have a Twister on it, keep that in mind. Umbreon has like 32 million energy, but it's Umbreon, so I think I'm fine with that. They do come back in Umbreon, they throw a move instantly. Foul Play might knock us out here, it's going to be close. It doesn't knock us out, that's huge. They do come in and catch a move on Mantine, but think at this point, Mantine is in a pretty dicey position, as they say. Just gonna go and body slam. This should get a knockout. And if it doesn't, that means they shield it, and I can just go in with my Ninetales. Okay, well, yeah, we just come in Ninetales now, and we get to 2 attacks, and that's all we need. In fact, I would survive a last resort from here. Should I just no shield for fun? I'll try. If we lose the game off of this, I'm so sorry. But Umbreon is not well known for its damage output. 2 Weather Balls will get the knockout, and the Snarls are doing a pretty sad amount of damage here. Interesting team. But Ninetales was pretty bad for him, so GG's. And a 3-2 set here. Okay, another Moltres. Are they boosted right now? I got back-to-back Moltres here as rewards. I mean, I'll take that. Although it's not getting caught. That's sad. Please, Moltres. Stop it. Okay, 2770, not too bad. Man, Ninetales was a great core breaker today. While this Pokemon does have a few things in the meta, it really doesn't want to see like the opposing Fire Ninetales and the Steel types in general. The neutral play with this Pokemon, as well as that nice debuff potential with Chilling Water, gives you a lot of play in this format. But yeah, thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.